Hey guys, it's Seun, and today I will just be putting in some crochet here using this Freetress braid crochet here from Sam's Beauty. So stay tuned to learn how to get these completely natural looking box braids without actually having to braid a single box braid yourself, which will save you hours. I'm really excited to show this braiding pattern to you guys because I think I finally perfected the braiding pattern that you need for natural looking crochet braids without having to individually braid certain braids in the front or along the parting to make it look natural. So what I do to achieve this is I start by braiding multiple short diagonal braids starting from the front perimeter of my hair, and I bobby pin them down to keep them from unraveling. These short braids are important to the braiding pattern because what they do is allow the box braids that you crochet along the perimeter of your head to look really natural, and I'll explain why this is so later. But for now, yeah, I'm just braiding those short diagonal braids, and I'm measuring how big I want those braids to be based on how big my box braids are, because I want each box braid to be exactly the size of the cornrow as far as like how thick it is. And once I finish cornrowing those short diagonal braids, I start one straight braid and feed those ends of the diagonal braids into this straight braid, going straight down all the way down to the back of my head. And then after that, I just do more straight braids going down towards the back of my head. This braiding pattern is based on the middle part since I want to predominantly wear my hair in the middle part, but if you want to base yours on the side part, all you have to do is part your hair from the side from the beginning, but still do everything else the same. But even though my braiding pattern is based from the middle, I will still be able to wear my hair from the side too. After I finish braiding about half of my head, I connect all of the braids into one big braid. I never braided all the way down to the ends of these braids earlier, just so I could connect them all in the end. Once I connect these braids, I stop and move on to the next half of my head. And so the reason this braiding pattern works so well is because it gives the illusion of natural partings that would be created from doing regular box braids, which you'll see later when I start crocheting. And as you're braiding, it's important that you don't make these cornrows too tight because you want to have enough wiggle room to crochet onto these braids. Otherwise, crocheting those box braids into your cornrows will hurt. This was a mistake that I made the first time. And I'm starting to finish up these cornrows, and as I'm going through, I'm just braiding down without braiding down all the way down. And once I finish the last cornrow, I start to connect them all. And as you can see, some of the cornrows from my right side sort of unraveled, so I just went ahead and reconnected them back together. This part doesn't really have to be perfect. Just find a way to connect all of your cornrows into one big braid so that you only have one braid that you're dealing with. And yeah, just do whatever is easiest and just try and make it to where it's not too bulky. And then once you do that, just crochet that braid up into the corners so that no braid is sticking out. So now I'm just going to begin to crochet the box braids onto my hair. So I'm going to start from this end, and I'm just going to grab the crochet needle and then put the crochet needle through the hair, latch the hair onto the loop, close it, pull it through, grab the other end of the hair, close it, and pull it through the latch. And it's just that simple. And see, if I was to pull my hair up back in a ponytail, that would look like a really natural braid, and that only took me a few seconds. So I'm going to continue and do that first on each of these along the perimeter. Because my braiding pattern has braids going diagonally from the perimeter of my head, it allows for the box braids to look natural because there are breaks between each cornrow that allow for breaks in between each box braid and make the partings look more natural. Same effect is created along the top as well. So this braiding pattern allows for natural looking crochets along the sides and along the top of your head. Usually you would have to pick between one or the other. Or you would have to braid a bunch of actual box braids to cover up any unnaturalness caused by the crocheting method. But since all of these crochet braids look natural, there's no need for that, and you can save the time it would take you to braid those regular box braids. When I crochet my hair, I like to start by crocheting the parts that I think are the most important first. So that includes all along the perimeters and at the top, and then I go back and fill in the rest as needed. And I usually like to do this because if I don't, it makes it easy to put too many in, which makes it just look bulky. But guys, look how natural this looks right now. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, that's just a problem that tends to arise frequently with crochet box braids. It sometimes just ends up looking pretty bulky just because you get a little too happy with the crochet needle and put too many box braids in, but you honestly don't need that many. For this install, I used a total of 10 packs, I think, but I had the longer box braids, and the longer box braids from Freetress come with fewer than like the regular size. So if you're using regular size, you can use fewer boxes, but I'll put more information about that in the description box below. But yeah, so I'm just filling in wherever I feel needs to be filled in here in the back until I think it's good. As you can tell, it looks super natural. I was very satisfied with the end result of this hair. This was actually my first time doing this specific braiding pattern, and I really think it worked out really well. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe. In my next video, I'll be showing the different ways you can style this hair. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So that's pretty much how I got into doing my own hair. Oh yeah, this is my natural hair right now. This is not a weave. I just cut it. I literally never cut my hair. It's so bad.